What's going on, world? Day 23 of my 40-day fast is over. You know what I mean? And I think I figured out the remedy, people. I figured it out, folks. I was just simply dehydrated. That's what it was, man. That's why I was feeling like I could tip over at any point. It's because I was dehydrated. Because what I did was there was a lot of drink, so that's why I couldn't get all of it down. But instead of drinking water plus two of the protein 2 O's, I was able to manage to get one protein 2 O down, and then a liter of water down. But that right there in and of itself had me feeling okay. Um, because last night, the way that I felt, although I was definitely still tired, don't get me wrong, I was still tired, but I just didn't feel like I could daggone go to sleep in the truck kind of thing, or just pass out, because that's how I've been. That's honestly how I've been feeling like. Bro, let me just get my. That's why I've been sitting in the truck so long. And granted, I still sat in the truck for about 20 minutes. Oh, no, not quite. Yeah, not quite yesterday, because I ended up, uh, and I didn't know, when you clock out, you're not supposed to work over after you clock out. When you clock out, you're supposed to leave, kind of thing. I didn't know that, you know what I mean? Because I didn't quite get to finish the dishes. And, I don't like leaving dishes in the sink, you know what I'm saying? Just how I was raised, kind of thing. So, because I was on dish duty and I still had some dishes in the sink, I wanted to kind of go ahead and get them out the way so that I could, have my clear conscience. At least all the major stuff. It was still like spoon utensils that had to be clean, but, that ain't nothing. Um, so yeah, all of the major dishes I had got those out the way, pots, pans, lids, stuff like that. Um, and he's like, "Oh no, you can't do that." So I really only sat in the truck for probably about 10 or so minutes yesterday. So definitely sat there, just not as long um, as I normally would, because yeah, normally be about 20 to 30. Last night it was just 10. So I definitely had a lot more energy last night than I did any other time in the, other 5 days, 4 days. Yeah, 4 days. Like Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So yeah, out of the other 3 days, um, yeah, that pretty much had the most energy. So, um, I think so that I can be fine, because towards the end, my back was still trying to get weak on me. So what I think I might have to do, instead of drinking the water periodically like I was thinking before, I'm going to have my water, have my protein 2 O, and then just try to periodically go back in the back. If it's slow enough, give me a quick little guzzle of the protein 2 O. That is the one that I need to have on standby, to just knock out real quick. Either knock out the whole thing, or just, get a nice little chunk of it, however much I can get down to get in there and then finish doing whatever I'm doing. But yeah, that's probably gonna definitely be the remedy. Oh, and I don't need to forget to still, especially if I do finish that, I am still gonna need an extra one for when I do finish working. So even if I, you know, like I said, drink that one before I leave work, I'm definitely still gonna need one after work. Cause I was my legs was trying to cramp up on me last night. I was like, whoa, what is going on here? Cause I did have water after work, but I just didn't drink like a body armor or one of my spare protein 2Os. Can't do that. Yeah, that definitely can't do that. I have to stay consistent with that so that I'm not cramping and so that um I can survive. But it's definitely a journey. That's for sure. And I'm just like, Lord, I'm glad for this first one. Look, I'm glad for this first one. It's my first experience. So I'm kind of learning what I need to do and kind of how my body feels is allowing me to have that learning curve on this first time around because I could not imagine having to do this. Excuse me. Need to be charging my phone. But yeah, I could not imagine working like this from the beginning. Yeah. Yeah, I might not made the full 40. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, granted, of course, if I was working, I probably wouldn't have did the 40-day fast. But nevertheless, I just yeah. Anybody that got a physically demanding job in any aspect, you ain't even got to really be lifting a whole bunch of stuff. But it just if you got a physically demanding job in any aspect where you standing on your feet and you running back and forth and having to move with a sense of urgency. If you have to move with a sense of urgency, no matter how, again, physically demanding that is, with that urgency, 40 days from the rip, woo, man. That's gonna be a task for sure. That's gonna be a task for sure. You know what I mean? Because if I just still had a desk job or a work from home job, I'd be straight for real. You know what I mean? Because at the crib, especially at the crib, you know, the biggest temptation is just making sure that if you have to go in your kitchen, you just keep your blinders on so that you don't eat anything. That's kind of just a self discipline kind of thing, integrity kind of thing. If you at the crib, but then if even if you at the office at a desk job, it's just like unless they offering a bunch of free food, for team morale or whatever event they doing, you pretty much should be straight because you ain't really got to exert any energy. You just got to stay in your cubicle, stay in your box, and do your work. You straight. But if you gotta, like I said, if you have to move with a sense of urgency in any physical format, yeah, it's definitely weighing on me, and I'm glad that today is the last day for this week. I'm glad today the last day for this week, and I already know next week is because like I told y'all before, my schedule is already made Monday through Friday for these next 2 weeks. So I'm gonna just have to get my mind right. I'm gonna have to get my mind right. I'm gonna have to get my mind right, Lord. Oh, I have to get my mind right because your boy tired. I ain't gonna lie. Your boy tired. I slept in a long time. I still got stuff to do before I got to leave real quick, but I want to make sure I recorded my video. But yeah, your boy tired. I slept in about an extra hour today. So unfortunately, I ain't gonna have time to read my word today. And I already know. I ain't gonna have time to read my word today at all. I'm not. I'm not. Yeah, I'm just have to make it up this week. This weekend, just get into it and then try next week to make sure I get up early enough to be okay. Cause yeah, your boy tired. Yeah, your boy is tired, and I'm just in my head. I'm just like, Zeus, if you can just survive next week. That's what I'm already telling myself based off of how I feel this week. I'm just like, just survive next week, son. And you will only have 5 more days left, brother. 5 more days. You survive next week. You only got 5 more days to do it. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling it though. I'm definitely feeling it. So anybody that like I said, if you got a physically demanding job, I'm there. I'm there with you. Look, look, we eye to eye, baby, for real. I'm there with you, boy. This ain't no joke. This ain't no joke, but God's mercy and grace, He sustains, because I've been getting through it. It's been hard, but I've been maintaining, you know what I mean? So just got to keep taking it one day at a time, you know what I mean? One day at a time. So other than that, yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'm just tired. Body is definitely trying to cramp a lot more now. So that's why I have to. Now, I'm glad that I know that I need to make the water the main thing, because I was hoping that the protein too, because it's mostly water in it, but I get it. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing like just regular H2O. You feel me? Especially when it comes to your hydration. So I get it. I understand that. But yeah, instead of treating the water like the secondary, it needs to be the primary. I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing. Drink a liter of that primary water, then drink my protein 2O, and then hopefully having that second protein 2O to drink throughout the duration of the shift. And I'm talking about post lunch. Throughout the duration of the shift, that should be enough to get me through where I'm pretty much feeling regular, besides being hungry, because hunger ain't really nothing to report there. I'm just hungry, nothing extreme or out of the ordinary like it was the other day. So yeah, we gonna see. Hopefully that'll work, and I'll be able to be like, yeah, I got it, y'all. I got it. So we go see. Well, of course, that's for me. Anybody else, it could be different. Your body could react totally different, but at least for me, for the big people, I tell you what you need. I tell you what you need for the big people. Oh, I can't even say that, because depending on your job, you might got to do a little bit more, but we'll see. I'm gonna figure it out first. I'll report it anyway. But other than that, man of God, woman of God, I love you. Wish nothing but the best for you. May all the things, that God promised you come to fruition. May you not get in the way and cause yourself to have unnecessary changes. And may throughout this fast you continue to get revelation that all you need is faith of a mustard seed. You don't need more faith. You just have to continue to take out those fears, those worries, that doubt, that unbelief. And that's all that you need to be able to move whatever mountain is in front of you. So, yeah, like I said, love you. Wish nothing but the best for you. I'm going to get on out of here. I'm running behind. Hey.